still fighting the good fight. Still doing the chemotherapy. Switched to a different chemotherapy a few months ago, and this one, the side effects on this one are pretty brutal, and they pretty much last into the next round of chemo. So you kind of don't get a break for about 3 weeks, and then you get about maybe 10 days off, and then the cycle starts again. But it's part of what I'm doing.
You sound great. Your energy level sounds great. I wish I could see you. Last time I saw you, you were in the studio with me in LA, and you were going through your treatments at that time. I think pretty much everybody knows. For those that don't, Frankie is battling pancreatic cancer. And I'm thinking about it, Frankie, when I saw you and you came into the studio and we were in LA, obviously that was just before the whole coronavirus and the lockdown and the pandemic happened. And needless to say, that is incredibly even more challenging for people with underlying conditions, nothing more serious than what you're dealing with. So how have you been through the whole pandemic and the lockdown, and also still getting to the hospital and being able to get your treatments? How has that all worked for you?
Well, early on, my wife put us both on home watch, and we've just really haven't been out of the house, with the exception of going to my doctors, to get treatments. I have to be very, very careful because I'm in the age group, and because of serious underlying conditions, I'm at the top of the list. That if I did get coronavirus, I probably would not survive it. But since we last spoke, I ended up having 2 more trips into the hospital with blockages. There's always something. It's like 2 steps forward, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back, kind of situation. But I'm willing to fight it out.
So what are they telling you on your prognosis? Are they telling you the things you're doing are having positive impacts? Are they seeing results that they want to see?
It really depends on any given cycle, whether things are going up or whether things are reducing. So it's the situation that I'm in is not a sprint, really. It is the longest race I can possibly make out of my situation. So, you have to be really, really careful how you read into some of these things, because, something can look elevated, but then if you look at a scan, one of my internal scans, it's not as bad as the numbers say. But, it's a deadly disease. There's no question about it. And I know that's what eventually is going to kill me. In the meantime, I'm just trying to put that day off as far back as I possibly can.
I tell you, man, I think you are just, you're a warrior here. You are so incredibly brave. It's inspirational. And I even said, after I saw you at NAMM, I was talking about having seen you and how great it was to see you there. And I said, and that was just before the whole coronavirus thing started, because obviously NAMM probably wouldn't have happened if it was at the peak of all this. But I said,
Correct.
it was wonderful to see Frankie. And I remember saying to you, how you doing? And you said, not buying any green bananas anytime soon, but I'm doing okay. Where do you get that? Like, I guess there's nothing else you can do but have some sort of sense of humor about it as well. I'm assuming that helps you to think like that a little bit and keep it a little light, right?
Well, here's the thing. I always tell people that the day I lose my sense of humor, that's the day I've lost all hope. So I very candidly, go around saying I'm on the 30-day plan. What the 30-day plan is, I plan to buy nothing past 30 days.